says turn assist on the dash. Quite a big difference in turning radius. That's pretty cool. Today I'm going to show you how to add a new feature to your Jeep Wrangler or Gladiator. Just like any of the capabilities of the Jeeps, these things are tools that you can use in certain scenarios. Some of you may or may not agree with this new feature that I'm going to be adding. The way I see it is the more tools you have available to you, the more tools you have to get out of different situations on the trail. It's up to you to use it responsibly and tread lightly. So the Bronco has a new feature that allows you to do a quick, tight U-turn by locking one of the rear tires. So the guys over at Z Automotive who make the Tazer JL just sent me this video of their 392 Wrangler and a new update that they just added to the firmware. This is kind of a free mod if you already have a Tazer JL, which you probably should, because if you have a modified Wrangler or Gladiator, you probably need to adjust for tire size, and there's a whole bunch of other features and functionality in the Tazer JL that's really awesome. If you want to see the first video I made with the Tazer JL, I'll put it up in the corner, but this was from 2 years ago. So I think we should pull the Tazer out of the Jeep, go give it an update, see all of the new features and functionality, but I really want to test this new U-turn feature, and I might have a little surprise for you later on in this video showing off that Bronco feature in this video. Stay tuned. Okay, the first thing we need to do is update the Tazer. So I grabbed it out of the Jeep and I use a little Velcro strap around it to make it easy to take in and out. Then we need our little USB cable here and a Windows PC. I'm not sure if you can do this on Mac, but we're just gonna update this real quick on our Windows PC down here in the office studio. And we're gonna go to Z Automotive's website, which is zautomotive.com, and download the latest version of their programmer utility onto our computer. And if you have a previous version of their utility, uninstall it first from your computer, then download this new version and install it and make sure there's no problems because they've changed it maybe since you've used it last, or maybe you've never used it. And then we're gonna, where is it? We've got our Tazer here. We're gonna plug it into the computer with that USB cable and grab the latest firmware for it. There we go, we've got new firmware, select, just came out 2 days ago, update. We have version 11.3.4, which is the latest one that you're gonna need. There's a bunch of other new stuff that I wanna test out, as well as you guys with 392s, you can actually now enable it to be rear-wheel drive only with this update. Okay guys, the Tazer is back in the Jeep, so let's go through some of the functions and features that adding a Tazer JL gives you on your Jeep, as well as a few of them that we got in this latest update. And then we're gonna go out and find some dirt, and we're gonna catch up with Sean from the Story Till Now, and we're gonna try out this new turn assist feature that we can add to the Wranglers and Gladiators. And it's a feature that the Broncos have, which I think definitely has some use in certain situations where you may need to turn really sharp and you have no other options. With the Tazer JL, there are two different menu areas. One, when your vehicle is in the on and run position but not started, and second, when your vehicle is on and running and you get a different menu with some different stuff that you can access. So let me go through a couple of those real quick, and then I'm gonna show you how to rebind a couple of the quick keys on your steering wheel so that you can access some of those live features while your vehicle is running that you may wanna use without having to cycle through a bunch of menus. So first, we're gonna start with the vehicle on in the run position but not running. And I'm gonna close my door so we're not dinging the whole time we're doing this video. To access the Tazer JL menu, you go down to menu 7, which is your audio menu. And then while holding over here, the left arrow, and then you can hit the cancel button over here, you can cycle through all of the menu settings while your vehicle's off. Okay, so cycling through this menu, holding the left arrow and cancel. The first one is light show. We've got a couple different light shows in there, which basically just sets your headlights and signal lights and reverse lights to flash in different patterns. You can read some diagnostic trouble codes, and then you can clear them if it is showing them. You can unmarry the Tazer, which allows you to set everything back to factory. You've got your performance options in here, which allows you to set your tire size. You can change the gear ratio, and then in here you can tell it whether or not you have TPMS sensors, which I do not. The other feature is you can set what your tire pressure should be for your front and rear tires. And then the other feature is you can turn off the belt ding. So if you maybe are off-roading at a slow speed and you're in and out and you don't have your belt on, well, I'll leave it up to you, but you can turn that warning off. We'll just start the Jeep up to get into the live settings. And it's in the same area, so we're still on menu 7, and we can still scroll through using the left arrow and the cancel button. So now we get this extra setting here called live settings. So to go into one of these menus, while we're still holding the left arrow, we're gonna push the cruise control button in the middle, and that lets us enter the menu. And in here we have some interesting features. Now here's the home link extension. So here we can set the home link to stay on during ignition, or until a door is opened, or off. So we're gonna set mine to the door. If I turn my Jeep off, I can still open my garage door until I open my door. Now turn cam, this is an interesting feature. So this is one that I showed you guys in the original video. If you have this enabled, check that out. When you use your turn signal, your rear view camera comes on, and it gives you a much better look at your blind spot and cars coming up behind you, especially if you can't see out your rear view mirror very well, like mine. Well, right now is not too bad, but usually I have a lot of gear in there, so that's a really great feature. You can disable or enable a hood alarm, which is kind of a neat feature. A lot of people worry about having stuff installed under the hood, and you can just open the hood of a Jeep. Well, you can set it up so the alarm goes off if that happens. Now the Taser Jail is also packed full of other features that aren't in that live settings, that are just available as part of having it installed, such as the auto start stop. So it will always remember the setting that you set for auto start stops. The traction control system is affected by the Taser Jail, so whatever you set the traction control to, and if you turn your vehicle off, it will remember that the next time. If you always have a passenger in your Jeep and it's cold, you can set it to turn on the heated seats when the Jeep decides it's cold enough to turn on your heated seats and steering wheel. You can disconnect the sway bar while in two-wheel drive. You can use the lockers in two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive high. The other thing I want to show you that's now available is you can remap 3 of these buttons on your cruise control. So as long as your cruise control is not active, you can set some of the features to be triggered anytime you hit the set plus, set minus, or resume button. And so I'm holding the right arrow and I'm doing the set plus button, but this gives you an idea of all the stuff you can put on here. So you can have quick access to your front lockers, your rear lockers, your front and rear lockers, your sway bar kill, dark mode. You can set it back to no function. You can set one of the light shows if you want. You can set it to rear camera. So there we go, we've bound this one to rear camera. Anytime, I don't have to be in menu 7, I can be in any of the menus, and my set plus button for my cruise control turns my rear camera on. So traction control, line lock, if you want to have quick access to rock crawl mode, winch mode, cool down mode. Sorry, these menus don't stay on very long, so it's hard to show you. As soon as I get to one of them, they turn off the screen real quick. So rock crawl. This is the one we want though, turn assist. So turn assist is the feature we're gonna go test out and see how it does out on some dirt and snow, and not on pavement, because it doesn't work very well on pavements. Let's go catch up with Sean from the Story Till Now. We're gonna go check out his new Bronco, and we're gonna test out this new feature and see how it goes, and get out and do a little bit of off-roading. All right, we've come out to no man's land, and it is snowing like crazy out, but I think this will be still a good opportunity to test out this turn assist, and we'll see just if it makes a difference with turning radiuses. As well, we found a Bronco, so we can compare the turn assist on the Wrangler to the Bronco's feature that's built into it.
This should just be called donut mode.
You can see it, right? You definitely see it dragging the tire. So first thing, to access it, you gotta have your vehicle running, and we have to remap one of the keys, which is actually one of the new features in this latest version, or one of the later versions of the Taser firmware. And so we can remap it to either our set plus, set minus, or resume cruise control buttons. And as long as cruise control is disabled, those buttons will be active. So just if you end up putting the lockers or something like that on those buttons, be aware you can activate them while driving. But anyways, I put it on the resume button. And so now let's give it a try. We need to come to a stop, have our lockers off. We're in 4-wheel high right now. We're gonna turn the wheel all the way over. And then once it's all the way over, we should hear the ABS pump and stuff kind of making some freak out noises, which is exactly what the Bronco does as well. and then we'll try turning and see just how tight of a radius we get, and then we'll do it without and we'll compare. And then we've got Sean's Bronco, so we can take a look at that one's turn assist as well. All right, turn her all the way over. We're gonna hit the res button. It says turn assist on the dash. And there we go. So let's go take a look at how wide that turning radius is, and then we'll do another circle around it from the same spot without the turn assist for comparison. There we have it. About there we go, about 4 paces wide. We can see just how wide this circle is. And it's not much wider than the Jeep. Goes from right there to there. So we're gonna turn off the turn assist, and I'm gonna go around again in another circle. We'll see just how much wider that is. Okay. There we go. So look at that. There's our tracks that we just made turning around in 4-wheel high. Nearly 5 strides wider. So if my stride is about 1 meter or 3 feet, that's quite a big difference in turning radius by having that turn assist on or off. So that's pretty cool. We'll get Sean over here and have him do a turn assist on my mark and see just by comparison what the Bronco is for turning radius. It's just a little bit of practice, kind of figuring out how much throttle to give it. But you can see Sean's tire track right here, just outside of mine. But I think he didn't have as clean a start, and once he did, it started turning real tight. You could see that rear wheel dragging. So pretty awesome feature. So if you don't have a Taser jail already for your Wrangler or your Gladiator, go grab one from the link down in the description below. And huge thanks to my good friend Sean from The Story Till Now, bringing out his brand new Badlands Bronco and ripping some donuts.
We had to test it out proper.
Yeah, we had to do some proper testing. So next week I'm gonna post a video going through and looking at Sean's new Bronco, talking about lots of the awesome features that I really like about it, that I think Jeep really needs to think about including in their next version, and a few things I don't like about that. So make sure to subscribe. I'll see you guys next week. Later.